In conclusion, history repeats itself. Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Now, today's video is going to be a bit of a history lesson slash story time video. So please bear with me. You'll get it when I start explaining. Now, we all know that Shane Dawson is trash. And if you don't know Shane Dawson is trash, well, this video I'm just telling you that he is trash. As much as y'all don't want to believe that his man is trash. He's trash, he's trash. He's garbage. He's the scum between my toes. He is a dumpster fire. He is the landfill all the trash goes to. Okay? He's not a good person. I don't care what nobody has to say. He's not a good person. And one thing I'm not going to tell somebody is that they shouldn't watch his videos, because that's up to you to make that decision. Please make a right decision. Now, today we're going to be talking about something that is extremely disturbing to American history. And before y'all try to come for me and say this is not a part of American history, racism is a part of American history. Get over it. Get over it. So the subject matter we are going to be talking about is extremely disturbing, but we do need to talk about it though. We do need to talk about it because it's our history and we need to acknowledge why it's extremely wrong, because a lot of white people don't seem to get why blackface is wrong, and I'm going to explain to y'all why. And I'm just gonna explain to you guys about why it's not right and how it affected me as a black child seeing this stuff. Now, before I get into the story time, I'm just gonna give you guys some background about minstrelsy. A lot of people don't seem to know what minstrelsy is, because I brought it up to one of my white friends the other day and she didn't know what it meant. She thought it meant a period. But no, there's two different words. What's the name of the words where they sound similar but they're not? Hold up. Words that sound similar but are spelled differently. Homonyms. Thank you, Google. Okay, according to Google, Wikipedia is a reliable source if you need a definition of something. So don't try to come for my neck for giving y'all the Wikipedia definition. Blackface is a term used to describe a form of theatrical makeup used predominantly by non-black performers to present a caricature of a black person. And if you don't know what caricature means, caricature is basically it's a synonym for stereotype. I'm pretty sure y'all all know what stereotype means. If you don't know what stereotype means, look it up yourself. Blackface makeup was always used during minstrel performances. But before we get into minstrelsy, blackface was always used in films where the film industry has a very racist background from its origins, where they didn't want people of color to be in their films. They didn't want to allow them to be in their movies, so they did themselves up like them. They painted their faces black, did over-exaggerated features on their face and their hair, and they played those people. Not only was this done with black people, it was also done with Native American people, and it was also done with Asian people. If you guys can go back and watch some westerns that still come on TV, red face is a big problem there. Big issue. And if you guys remember a film that we all learned about in high school, one of the few things they actually taught us about racism that was accurate, we learned about a movie called The Birth of a Nation. And if you don't know what The Birth of a Nation is, not Nat Turner's Revenge, the real Birth of a Nation. Movie Birth of a Nation, black men are portrayed to be harmful and hurtful to white women, and then the Klan comes in and saves the day. That's literally the plot of the movie, y'all. It's horrible. Going into minstrelsy, a minstrel show. The minstrel show or minstrelsy was an American form of entertainment developed in the early 19th century. Each show consisted of comedy skits, variety acts, dancing, music performances that depicted black people, specifically of African descent. So yes, people like to say this is like a little false thing people don't seem to know. People think that the South was more racist than the North was, but no, they were honestly just as racist, because when slavery was going on in the South, the minstrel shows were going on in the North. And black people were still denied job opportunities and all that jazz. You all know. We all know. But this is what people in the North were doing to belittle black people while people in the South were doing slavery, okay? So don't let people try to tell you that the North was less racist than the South, because they were just as bad. Now, back to my story and how this all personally affects me. I found Shane Dawson's YouTube channel when I was in middle school, and I'll go ahead and tell you this. I only watched him because he was like the popular thing to watch at the time. When it came to YouTube, I will give him props is that he was one of the few people that actually had quality videos, like camera quality. His videos weren't blurry. They weren't taken on a webcam. You could tell he actually put effort into making his videos. He actually had money into his videos. That's like the only reason why I think a lot of people watched him in general, because his content wasn't good. It's not good at all. So I noticed quite too often that I didn't think his jokes were funny. He just really relied on just making fun of people. But it's just this one image of him that always just stuck in my head, and it was his blackface. He did so much blackface on his old channel where he would do himself up as a black woman. He would do the over-exaggerated lips, and then he'll have a wig, like a Kirsty looking wig on, and then next thing you know, he starts acting extremely weird and whatnot, like as if he were a black woman, which black women don't act like that. Speaking from one, no. And I was just like, why is this popular? I don't get it. I'm honestly really disturbed. So I just kind of like, I was still watching his content because it was like the only thing that was new at the time on YouTube. It was the only thing that was like pretty popping, to be honest. The only other YouTuber I really watched at the time was like Kingsley and like The Kids React. And then they also bought Shane Dawson. Like they did a Teens React to Shane Dawson. And it's like the kids were loving it. But I was just like, I'm honestly really disturbed by this. Like, you guys are finding this funny? I don't get it. I don't get it. But every time I look at Shane Dawson, that image of him doing blackface, I remember specifically it was the video he did where it was like a parody of The Help. And we know The Help is a problematic movie enough. If you want to know why The Help is problematic, go look it up yourself. Like, I don't have time to get into it. There are 1,000 other people out here that can tell you why The Help is a horrible movie and why you shouldn't watch it, okay? But it was the skit where he did The Help, and I was just so disturbed at what I saw. And then I remember it was another one where he brought his little black friend in. Y'all remember that black girl that he always used to have on his videos? If you don't, you're lucky. You are so lucky if you never watched a Shane Dawson video in your life, okay? He would bring her in, and it was one where he was like, she's gonna wear whiteface and I'm gonna wear blackface. And they like literally paint each other as white and black, and I was just so disturbed and disgusted at what they did. So it's just that those images really, like, as a black kid, you learn about racism pretty really early in your life, okay? When I saw him making those videos, it reminded me of the stuff I learned in school, okay? It really reminded me of that. It was really disturbing, and the stuff honestly did give me nightmares. I'm not gonna lie. I do have a lot of issues with nightmares because I do suffer from really, really bad anxiety, and if something freaks me out, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna pop up in my dreams again later. So that really freaked me out. It was really, really scary for me. So that is the reason why I never could get with Shane Dawson. First of all, I never thought he was funny. I never giggled or sniggered watching his videos. And the blackface always sticks with me because every time I see him, I see him in that blackface. He was literally putting on a minstrel show. He would do himself up as a black person and then act a fool like how these people did in these minstrel shows, okay? It's no different. He literally put on a modern day minstrel show. So next thing you know when he literally rebranded and everything, and then he apologized for his behavior and everything. I was not buying it, and I was honestly really, really angry to see that he was still here because I was just still disturbed and disgusted by what he did years ago. And people kept telling me on Tumblr that I need to get over it and that he's a changed person and everything. But I'm like, at the end of the day, you are not black. you don't know how those videos affected me, because those videos truly did hurt me and they truly did traumatize me and scare me to be that young and seeing that this stuff was still going on in modern day. When I was a kid, I would think that stuff like this wasn't going to happen anymore. But no, like, if anything, this man is more popular than he was then when he was still making these content, and now it's like people are giving more and more money to him. He's really, really rich, and it makes me so angry to think about it, because you want to know why? Shane Dawson put on a modern day minstrel show and y'all let him get away with it. Y'all are the reason why he's still here, because y'all bought into his little sorry apology. And I'm sorry, if you are over the age of like 15, 16 and you're doing stuff like this, you know better. The kids on TikTok know better than some of the things that y'all are out here doing. It's no excuse. He put on a modern day minstrel show and still has a career. If anything, no, like, he needs to go be working in food service or something. Like, to be honest, I wouldn't trust him working in food service. There's somebody that was so vile to do something like that. And a lot of people kept saying, you need to get over it. No. Stop trying to tell people how, Black people specifically, how they need to deal with hurt and oppression and trauma over so many years. Because I said earlier, every time I see him, I see that image of him and it freaking hurts. It's really, really scary. Like, it's so terrifying. And then once everybody starts posting those pictures of like him doing the blackface from years ago to resurface him, it's just bringing back really, really bad memories of how it scared me at the time. And I'm just so done. I'm just really, really fed up, and I wasn't surprised at all when he started hanging out with Jeffree Star. People were talking about, why are you hanging out with Jedediah Scuttlefish? And I'm like, no, he's just as bad as him. If anything, he's worse. Because he was profiting off of this, okay? We all know Jeffree Star and what he did and whatnot. But the fact that Shane Dawson, he did this with his chest. He was making money off of this, okay? That's why I just can't. I could not do it. I couldn't. Ooh, okay, I got that off my chest. This is just something I've been feeling for so many years, and I felt like I was just being a bad person because I was just so angry to see him still succeeding and everything. But I was just like, I don't understand how you could have done something like that and you finally want to acknowledge it was wrong. You knew it was wrong when you did it. But yeah, I'm leaving that decision up to y'all. If you still want to watch him, go ahead. I don't really care what y'all do. Just know, in conclusion, history repeats itself. I said what I said. Don't try to change my mind on anything, because at the end of the day, this hurt me emotionally, okay? I don't care. I don't freaking care what anybody has to say. Y'all try to change my opinion on this. I said what I said. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to support all the movements going on. I will have the donations linked down below on who you can give your money to help with the cause and whatnot. And y'all, please remember to stay educated about your history, not only on the stuff that's going on now, but the things that happened on in the past. Because a lot of people, like when I was talking to one of my white friends the other day, love her to death, she's good, she's still doing better about becoming a better ally and everything. She told me that she never even heard of the word minstrel. And I feel like more people need to just do research about America and what it actually is like, because it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video, and yes, have a good night, stay safe, hug your dogs, whatnot. I don't know what I'm just saying at this point. It's just this video was really tough, and I'm just trying to think happy thoughts now because I can't get that image out of my head. Yeah, good night.